My weekends could be spent drastically different. We were at the Rushmore Rumble earlier this year out in Indianapolis. There was actually a dance competition in the same building. It was Kara. One of them, Dad, we could have had you doing that. I'm like, yeah, no, 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 I'm not a dance dad.
All right. Hey, hunting family, what's going on this evening? Today on Tracks and Tackle, we got a special family archery episode. We got the Mentzer Outdoors crew here. Josh Bookman's with me tonight. How you doing, Josh?
Doing great, man. Doing great. How's everybody else doing?
Wonderful.
Doing good, man. We're loving the life and enjoying some good weather here, and I'm excited about this one. We got with us tonight, we got Buck Mentzer, Kara Mentzer, and Erica Mentzer. I'll give you guys a little bit of background on the group. Buck, he's a coach at the Dillsburg Archers S3DA youth team, and Erica's been stacking up podium finishes and is chasing down USA Archery team spot, and Kara's documenting it all.
Yeah.
She's shooting it herself, but she started a YouTube channel, and with a vlog style YouTube channel capturing all of their archery adventures. And you guys get after it hard compared to a lot of people I know. I love archery. I love to shoot. That's why Josh is on co-hosting. He's an archer. He loves to shoot, but not like you guys. So we know you guys got plenty of archery passion in the house, and we're going to be talking about big goals and your travel stories. Why don't I just throw it to you, Buck? Welcome to the show. I'll let you start.
Well, thanks for having us back on, Ron. It's been a while. Your recording schedule and my schedule with coaching just hasn't lined up here recently, but appreciate you having us back on.
Yeah, man, you're busy and you're investing in the next generation, and so that's what it's about. That's what we're all about, right?
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
a kid
100%.
fishing and hunting, teach them, get them passionate about it. And you got some passionate ones in your household here. I know not everybody's on the show with us tonight, but why don't we go around the room here? And Kara, I know you've been on the show with us before. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's nice being back.
Yeah, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience and just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got into archery hunting and shooting?
Well, this is my second year of actually like shooting the bow like a lot. I always had a bow, but I have been shooting like competitive and like all that for like this is it's like a year and a half now, I guess. Yeah, nothing too interesting about me though.
Nothing too interesting.
Nope.
All right. Well, let's go to your sister. Maybe I should ask you guys to introduce one another because you probably got more to say about each other than you do about yourself. Erica, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Welcome to the show, and I'm excited to hear some of your stories too.
I've been shooting competitively for 2 years with Kara and pretty much been shooting my whole life, chasing down some big podium finishes this year,
Nice.
trying to get on national podiums.
Heck yeah, that's what we're all about, man.
Nice.
I love that. So she's carrying a little bit of confidence and
Well, there's plenty of swagger in that one right there. I mean, it's she has no problem telling you about it.
So, Josh, Matt and I grew up together, and so you've heard us tell stories. You know how it is when you're growing up with your brother. He's like my brother. We just cut our teeth on hunting and hanging out and playing baseball and just growing up together and that sort of stuff. We bumped into each other I don't know, it's been a few years, but not that long ago. And it's probably been, 20 years plus, maybe 30 years since we had really got together and had a conversation. And where do you meet family members? You meet weddings and funerals.
That's exactly
So
right.
we bump into each other at a viewing, and his kids are asking like, "Who's that guy?" And I remember Buck saying, "That's just not right. You should know who that guy is." So over the past like 2 or 3 years, we've been hanging out a little bit more, talking a lot more. Trying to connect more like we were growing up. It's different when you're adults, but so I'm getting to know Kara and I'm getting to know Erica. And I remember the first time I went out and did like a 3D shoot with these guys just for fun. Kara, you were saying, not much exciting, right? But Kara was keeping score and she was going around and she was making sure everybody was honest on the points, in the scoring system. And so that was my first impression of Kara. And then Erica, she didn't say much, she's just down and dirty on business and shooting her. And I think at that point we were giving you a little bit of a competitive edge on the first time I met you. We weren't making you were it's like in golf, you get to play from the men's tees or the ladies' tees. I think you were shooting a little bit shorter than what we were, but I won't hold it against you because I think you could probably both outshoot me now.
I don't know about that.
Give yourself some
I'd
credit,
I'd
Ron.
give you credit. I'd give them credit. So, what do you guys want to talk about, man? I wanted to have you guys come on and talk about the archery passion. It's been a couple of months since you've been on the show. So, Josh, what do you want to know about the fam? Because you're sort of getting to
Well,
know these guys too.
yeah, I mean, I got a question. It's not really a question, but like we were all talking right before the thing. I have two daughters and they're starting to get into some of the outdoorsy stuff. Not my older one so much, but my younger one all the time. But Buck, man, what's it like having three that, are like super highly competitive in this archery world, man? That's pretty awesome.
It's interesting to say the least. They all have different goals, but they all have similar goals.
Yeah.
Mason's the one everybody knows. Mason's passion is 3D. He entered his first tournament as a pro shooter here earlier this month. So he is 3D, very passionate about 3D. Where every day he's tinkering with something. Kara's more of a take it as it comes. She doesn't get excited whether it's a win or a loss. She wants to do well, but she doesn't get worked up. And Erica is just kind of that. I don't know. It just comes to her. She's just, you don't know she's working as hard as she is, kind of things.
Sometimes it comes natural. Yeah, sometimes it comes natural to some of us.
It is fun though. With two daughters shooting, though, they could have got me into a lot worse sports with having two daughters.
Yeah, for sure.
My weekends could be spent drastically different. Earlier this year,
Yeah,
we were
in a
at the
volleyball court or
Rushmore.
something.
Well, we were at the Rushmore Rumble earlier this year out in Indianapolis, and there was actually a dance competition in the same building. And I think it was Kara. One of them pointed out, they're like, "Dad, we could have had you doing that." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm not a dance dad."
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not a dance dad.
So I'm happy that my daughters went this path.
Yeah, for
Right
sure.
on. So, Kara, let's talk about the YouTube channel. What's got you going and inspired to start documenting everything on video, and how's that going for you?
It's going pretty good. I mean, I don't really know what got me started. It's just kind of something I thought would be fun to do. I know, document the stuff, like kind of what you're doing and all
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do, right? We're taking pictures, we're taking videos, and we're documenting the journey. So I love seeing it, and I'm watching what you're doing, and I certainly can appreciate it. And so I know like a couple of the first few videos or clips, maybe they didn't even make it to your channel, but you guys would send me some video clips and stuff, and you're in the truck
Mhm.
and you're on your way to wherever you're going to go shoot for that weekend, and you're getting that feedback from everybody, Buck's talking, you're sharing a little bit, and Erica's usually in the back seat, chiming in. She's chirping off, hey, this is what I'm expecting to do. But then at the end of the episode or the end of the clip, you come back full circle. This is what we experienced. This is who we met. These are our key takeaways. And I just think that's really cool. So what's the name of the channel? Shout it out so anybody out there's watching or listening, they can go check it out.
The name of the channel is Kara Mentzer Archery. Pretty simple.
So go find Kara Mentzer Archery on YouTube and give her a follow and follow the story as these guys go, because it's a brother and two sisters that are out, shooting competitive archery and
Following
she's documented.
dreams.
Yep. Follow your dreams on this stuff, guys. So you got the YouTube channel going. And Erica, now I just recently heard you have this goal where you're like, you really want to take it to the next level. And I know your dad,
Yeah.
he's bragging on you a little bit, but you got a pretty decent rank right now for your age bracket. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so in USA, I'm currently ranked 4th for the USA Archery stuff.
That's awesome.
And we're getting ready to go to Florida, and then we're gonna go to Ohio and Nebraska for the outdoor target national stuff and see if I can make the USA Archer team. That's the one thing I'm really chasing this year. I really want to make the USA Archer team.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Just open up more opportunities
No
for
doubt,
me.
and it will. So talk to us about that, all right? Because I'm just an old hillbilly that doesn't know anything other than I hunt deer with a bow, but
Bingo, me too.
I don't know or fully understand everything that you guys are into. And I know there are different types of competitive shooting. And why don't you break it down for me? What kind of shoots you guys are doing? And then explain USA Archery and how that falls into compared to, Buck, you were coaching the S3DA stuff. I know it's not the same, right?
So the main difference, like S3DA is one organization for youth, and that's what we run in Dillsburg, that I help coach. So with the USA Archery, they all shoot through a different club. We actually shoot through Perry County Archers for that. I am not the official coach for that. So we got to know the people that do that through S3DA because they also run an S3DA program. So the girls were really into it because the USA Archery stuff is more geared to the target side. You're shooting indoor target and outdoor target is the two main focuses of USA Archery. And now, obviously, with USA Archery, it goes beyond just youth. It goes to the senior classes, which are full-on adults. And, so as you make that team, you're talking about being able to get outside of just USA Archery and go shoot World Cup events.
Right.
It's
Right.
archery's
That's insane.
archery's just not just a USA thing. It's a worldwide sport.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, it didn't originate here.
right. So
exactly.
The allure, the thing for the kids, I guess the allure of it is more shooting opportunities originally. And they shoot with a JOAD program, which is the Junior Olympic Athletic Development Program, is the youth clubs that are run. But through that, they are able to shoot the USA events. So when we went to Lancaster this year for nationals, Erica and Kara both competed. And at the end of that, Erica, I think, were you first or second for JOAD?
First for JOAD. I think that's how I ended up.
If I remember, after all the results are in, she was still first for the nation in JOAD, but it's currently fourth for USA Archery for her age and discipline of shooting, which she shoots pins still.
So, is that broken down like we do other high school sports and stuff? Districts, regionals.
So the way the indoor thing was shot. So they host events all over the country through the winter season. And come the 1st of March, they close the indoor season. So your score is compiled against people that shot all over the country. The kids shot their scores in Lancaster at Lancaster Archery. So that's where they shot their qualifying scores.
Okay.
And their scores are compiled against the kids from all over the country that shot in, be it New Mexico and Florida and Utah, California, Virginia, wherever it may be that they were shooting. There's events held all over the country. So not you competed
so they're just
at your
rolled
event.
Up into a database.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So the girls that she is ranked up there with, she didn't necessarily stand on the line beside them at Lancaster, but they are girls her age shooting the same type of equipment that she shoots. They could have come from a different qualifier. But now that the
then
indoor,
you don't have to be head to head that way. I mean, it's just it's an even playing field, right? You're using the same gear, your same age bracket, and it's the same constants.
Right.
There's no variables involved.
Now that that's cleared, they'll go to the outdoor portion. So those events there are specific events, the USTAT events that they must attend to qualify, to keep their ranking overall and qualify to make the USA Archery team. So when she goes to these events, she's going to shoot, her age divisions they're shooting right on up through the seniors. So it's youth like herself that are just starting out, clear to pro archers that will be at these events.
So I have a
So
question.
yeah, go ahead, Josh.
I have a question for the girls because this is like I've never done anything competitive like this. I played basketball in high school, and I remember my competitive drive in that. When you're standing up on the line, right, and you're drawing your bow back, do you know other people's scores? Do you know like I have to shoot this in order to move on? And if so, how do you handle that pressure? You know, it's a big thing.
Think about other people's scores. I just shoot my bow, and there will be occasional times where I'll like say, "Hey, this person's score is better than mine. I need to beat this." But other than that, I'm in my own little world shooting my bow.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, most of the time I know people's scores, but that doesn't really bother me knowing them. Like sometimes it will, and I won't even realize it does. But sometimes it won't. Like we're shooting with people, so obviously we know the people who we're shooting with. We know we know their score. If you're doing the scorecard, which I usually do, but most of the time it doesn't bother me. Sometimes it does.
So when you go to compete, are you usually, I mean, imagine this is a very niche type of, there's a group of people that go out and do this sort of thing. You see the same people at different locations, you go shoot at one location, and then, next weekend you're somewhere else, but you're seeing the same group of people.
Do either one of you do either one?
Go ahead, Josh, say that
So-
again.
I just want to know. I mean, there's got to be somebody that you're like, oh, I see you every week, and I'm going to get you this week.
Yeah, 100%. That's my biggest rival right now.
Let me ask you this. Do you go out and, because you know what your like personal best is, like, are you competing against yourself, really?
All the
Yeah.
time. That's most of my problems are in my head when I'm shooting.
Yeah.
It's not the problem with the bow, it's the problem with the archer shooting it.
You got the equipment. It's just the execution of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys just take a little bit of time and tell me about your favorite or memory or your biggest takeaway from last year's season?
So last year at our smaller events, I was on top, I was podiuming at every shoot. And then we went to like indoor states and I fell apart because I got up and I saw every one of my competition and I panicked because I knew these girls could beat me and I panicked. So when I got to those bigger events, knowing people can beat me, I got in my own head and that stuff, something that I worked on from the past year, and it's not a problem with me anymore.
There you go.
You're only going to get better, faster, stronger as you continue. All right. Kara, any memorable moments or takeaways from last year?
I don't know. We make a lot with archery, I feel like we make a lot of good memories, but probably my favorite memories are the indoor nationals and 3D nationals we went to last year. Everything about them was fun. Yeah, those are probably my best memories out of everything so far from last year.
Well, it's cool that you guys do it as a family too. Yeah. Okay. Now, Erica, you were talking about just for a quick second, you said, you got to these big indoor events and you started falling apart. Has that changed at all? I mean, as this season's going on?
It changed in 3D and stuff the past year. It changed a lot. But this year, I go to the shoots knowing I can beat them girls and I've done it before and I will beat them. And I don't get in my head anymore. I just go with the flow and shoot my
There
bow.
you go. Stay in the moment.
So, you guys prefer shooting the indoor events versus the 3D events? Or do you like the 3D more?
Personally, I like the indoor more. Now I think
Okay.
Mason and Erica aren't the same, just the way they talk. But I have a lot of fun at 3D and outdoor target, but indoor, I don't know. I just like that a lot. And personally, I think I'm better at 3D and outdoor target. But I don't know, I just like the indoor. It's temperature controlled. I like that.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So, Erica, let me ask you the same question. You prefer 3D then?
I prefer 3D and outdoor target more because I like shooting outside and I get more natural lighting on my sight, which makes my sight picture
There you go.
greater. And I just like shooting outside better than I like shooting inside.
Kara, you mentioned, the temperature control being indoor versus outdoor. So my question for both of you guys is, are there weather, you got good weather days, you got bad weather days. How does that come into impact your shooting?
Honestly,
It certainly doesn't when you're
no.
indoors.
Honestly, for like, I feel like outdoor target, I don't think it's ever like rained or anything when we were shooting outdoor target. I could be wrong, but as far as I can recall, I don't think it has. That would probably make a big impact for me. But like 3D, we can, if it's like raining or something, somebody can hold like an umbrella over us so like we don't get rained on or our bow when we're shooting. And like, so it doesn't really like it doesn't change anything really, other than it gets muddier and slippy and you could fall. But yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
That was my exact question, was asking about the variables in wind and rain and sunshine and daylight, and that's exactly what I was going to ask. So
Yeah, like if the wind's
nailed it.
blowing or anything, like the sun, like somebody can hold an umbrella for us. For 3D, I know that, but I'm not sure really about outdoor target. Usually no one gets an umbrella held for outdoor targets, so yeah.
All right. So when was the first time, like one of you guys said when you did your intros, you're like, I've been shooting my whole life. When was the first time you guys really picked up a bow and started, flinging some arrows?
Probably like October, November of like last year, I think. Like 2024, October, November, maybe a little before that. Like we've always shot in the backyard, but other than shooting like in the
Yeah.
backyard, we haven't really, well, like we would shoot now and then, but like not all the time. But now we're shooting like all the time, like every weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are abnormal is how much you shoot. Like, you're shooting in the house. So like that's the way you guys shoot. But when you started shooting in the backyard, like how old were you when you started shooting in the backyard? Just for fun.
I'm actually not sure about that.
There's pictures of us shooting when we were like 5 years old. I don't know if that's as young as we started, but there's pictures of me about 5 years old shooting my bow.
That's because your dad didn't want to be a dance dad.
He really didn't want to be that dance dad.
Well, I don't think we would.
He was stacking the
I don't
odds.
think we'd be very good dancers, so it's probably good we didn't get into that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in the Mentzer Outdoors crew is ever been accused of being smooth dancers. All right, well, what else you guys got going on?
So last year we started the first year competitive archery, and I started with very low scores. I was not good, terrible headspace. I let everyone in my head. I was just not great, not where I wanted to be with archery. And I shot, I did really good and stuff. And the beginning of this year, we went to, what was it? I forget what it's called. The Rushmore Rumble. And yes, I shot pretty good that weekend. I ended up third place, and I practiced a lot. I was working on my mental game. I was doing everything in my power to become a greater shooter. And the score from last year and the score from this year are completely different and way better this year than they were last year. And that just shows how good the practice I was doing did for me, how much I've improved over the year.
So year over year, I mean, I know you're putting into it, and I would imagine that once you go out and you do have a good weekend here and there, that builds confidence too, right?
Yeah. Last year at IBO, I wasn't shooting good. My judging was terrible. And this year, I started to pick up more on judging and getting better at judging, and just got in the mental space at bigger shoots. I got in the mental space of, I'm not here to win. I'm here to have fun and try and shoot better than I did the past. So I just got in that mental game of try and shoot better. And it ends up making you a greater shooter it makes up a greater shooter.
So shooting relaxed versus putting pressure on yourself. I made a note to myself, because if you're competitive at all, which I know you guys are, you want to do your best. And when you want to do your best
Yeah.
at anything, you're also hard on yourself, right? So I can equate that, what you were saying about going out and just having fun, shooting relaxed, knowing that you can do it. I think getting some top tier finishes here and there help you, I don't know, relax and just know that you got what it takes to score well and outshoot yourself from the last time.
Yeah.
So what else do you have to do to qualify for the US team?
So you have to shoot the indoor nationals. You have to shoot 3 outdoor target nationals. So you have to shoot 2 qualifying outdoor target national events, and then you have to shoot the national event, and you have to be top 6, I think, to be able to make the USA Archery team or have the option to go on the USA Archery team.
So you're within that. Yeah, you're within that now, right? So you just have to maintain a spot. Wow, good. Keep it up. I hope you do.
Yeah.
So what does that mean, like making the team?
So it's just them taking the top 6 qualifiers out of the entire majority of the
Mhm.
shoot. So I don't really know how to explain this.
Yeah, what is that? So
But
if you're top 6, right, and you make the team, I guess my question is, what doors does that open for you? Like, do you get to go shoot in certain events?
I don't know that I don't know that it gives you certain events that you can only shoot, but it gives you like archery camps you can go to. It gives you opportunities to get coaching from other people. Just like, hey, try this. This might help you, like helping each other out, just coaching each other a little
Mhm.
bit. It gives you sponsors, so like giving you stuff or like paying you. But at the level I'm at, I'm not getting paid for anything.
Yeah, sure. You got to start somewhere. I mean, certainly top 6 would get you like some recognition.
Yeah. Help put my name out there.
Right on. Right on. Hey Mason, what's going on, brother?
No, nothing much.
All right. What's going on, man? How are you doing? Why don't you glad you could make it? We're talking archery here. The girls are telling us a little bit about their journey and their season. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're getting into?
Oh, well, this year I'm making the jump to pro hunter for IBO. I shot advanced hunter last year, and I've been surrounded by a bunch of the pro guys, and it just
Mhm.
seems like a better atmosphere, and more there's more to learn in the pro hunter class, I think. And them guys are always willing to help. Nobody's out to get you.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're shooting with a higher group going to the pro level. You're shooting with a higher level of competition, which is only going to cause you to raise your game up as well.
Yep.
All right. Any big takeaways? I mean, I know that's a kind of a big announcement, but any big takeaways from last year? I know Erica was just sharing with us how she shot last year versus this year. Where are you at? Where's your headspace on competitive archery and year-over-year growth?
This year I feel more focused and more like it's what I need to do. Like I make the time to do it. I don't know how to explain it. It's more of not a job, but it's more than a hobby now.
Taking it serious.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. Hop in.
I was just gonna ask him. I thought I could have sworn I saw that you had something online the other day about going to one of your first pro shoots. How'd that turn out for you?
That went well. I was kind of dumb. I should have stopped earlier than I did. I should only shot half the targets, but I ended up shooting them all because what I was doing was right. My equipment wasn't right, so I wanted to keep
So you
one.
had hold on. So you got the opposite problem of your sister because she says the gear's right. It's the archer that's the problem.
Yeah. So my judging
Yeah. Go ahead, Mason.
my judging and my shot execution was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I hit the same amount left all day, and I just decided that whatever, I'm gonna shoot all my targets because the two guys I was shooting with I was in a pretty good group, and they were teaching me some stuff as we were shooting together, and I didn't want to make them wait for the next group, so I just shot with them. It definitely hurt my score, but I feel like I learned a lot more shooting like that than if I would have just walked off the course and went back the next day and shot.
I got you. Well, I'm glad you were able to join here tonight. Kara dropped, but I think she's trying to hop back in. Before we wrap things up, what I want to talk to you guys about, Josh hit on this earlier, just doing this as a family. That's what's fun for us on the outside, watching you guys, posting stuff online and Kara with the YouTube channel and documenting everything. Like we're watching this. We're watching this and we're able to see you guys do it as as a family. And so what is that like for you guys? I mean, because I know how it is also as a family. Like you give each other a hard time, you get on one another's nerves, and that sort of thing too. So what's it like? I mean, because I know at the end of the day, you're cheering for one another, and you want to see each other, outshoot yourself.
Yeah, I think it's awesome because for me, you got to be better than your sibling. You got there, you compete. You always want to be better. And I mean, it forces you to be better, in my opinion.
Who's the most competitive out of all three?
Me.
Definitely Mason.
I don't know. I see someone shaking their head. Well, we like to win. And we want to outshoot
Yeah.
ourselves. You know, we want to be the best at what we, put our hand to the plow to do. So I just know that runs in our blood. Erica, why don't you tell us if you want to leave some words of advice to any young ladies out there that want to get involved in archery? What would you want to leave them with?
If you're going to do it, just go for it. There's nothing you can lose. If you practice and put an effort, you're going to get better and you'll be beating your siblings like I do.
There we go.
I love the face. I love the big brother face. That's funny.
All right. Well, Mason, what are your goals here as we wrap up? What are your goals for this season? I mean, I know you're just we talked about Erica's goals. What about you? I know you're going to shoot with the pro level guys, but any personal goals you're after?
Personal goals, I'm looking to stand on the pro podiums. I'd like to shoot some very, very respectable scores on some courses. I'd like to maybe by the end of the year have a bow sponsorship or something. Be working towards that maybe. What else? I don't know, just in general bettering myself in archery. Help the kids at our S3DA club a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like help better them.
That'll pay off, man. That'll pay off in dividends, as you get older and you get to be our age, those kids that you're helping now, man, they're going to remember that.
For sure.
They're absolutely going to remember that. Kara,
Yes.
we're wrapping up here, but what would you want to leave for everybody else? Any young ladies, any people out there that want to get into archery, or even your adventure with your YouTube channel? Like, what would you want to leave behind and let them know?
I don't know. If you're thinking about getting into archery, you should get into archery. It's a really fun experience. Yeah, I don't know. Like all the people in archery are great. Yeah, I don't really know.
All right, where can people follow you?
On Instagram and YouTube at Erica Mentzer Archery.
Mason, what's your handle?
On Instagram, Mason Mentzer Archery.
Mason Mentzer Archery. Erica, are you on socials yet?
Nope. Kara's currently my social media manager, and I'm going off of her YouTube
That's the
channel.
way to do it. That's exactly the way to do it. That's it. All right, Buck, where can people follow you and follow the journey of the rest of the group here?
Oh,
We're handing out socials.
I'm just Matt Mentzer on Facebook and Buck 1983 on Instagram. You can also follow us at Dillsburg Archers on Facebook. We post up a lot of the kids' stuff on there as well.
So thanks, hunting family. If you've been watching this long, be sure to drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and give us a follow. Follow all these great family members of mine. Follow their journeys, catch them on socials, give them a like, a share, and a follow as well. We always want to encourage you guys to get outdoors, make a friend, to go shoot your bow, stay wild, and remember, nature is our playground.